The Conductor waits at the core of Nessus, working to awaken the planet and consume us in a flood of radiolaria. All in the name of her Golden Age, where she reunites with H.E.L.M. Guardian, we cannot fight against the echo of command. But I think we could find H.E.L.M. The H.E.L.M. Maya thinks of as hers. Failsafe believes she could isolate a signature using H.E.L.M.'s original logs on Neomuna. Maya is still confined to the Nessus network, so that information remains out of her reach. It's the only advantage we've got. If we took that signature back to the lab, we could succeed where Maya has failed. Listen, I won't put another life in Maya's hands. Not after what she's done. But if anyone could make her understand, it would be the one H.E.L.M. she's been searching for. I realize this is a long shot. Failsafe has prepared a contingency plan in case this goes wrong. One way or another, the Conductor's search ends now.
Captain, the Veil terminal on Neomuna should hold a trace of the H.E.L.M. SE the Conductor thinks of as hers. If I attune to it, I can match its frequency and find the corresponding H.E.L.M. in the Conductor's lab. I think. Then we can pull that H.E.L.M.'s consciousness through, I think. And then she can talk the Conductor out of murdering us. I think. I've isolated the signal. It's one of hundreds, but it's the same as the Conductor. I'm ready to carry out Ikora's orders. But first, we need a plan B. Take me to an active Vex network node on Neomuna. I have an idea. Okay, Captain. I need you to install a Vex network relay for me here on Neomuna. The Conductor can only monitor Nessus incursions, so they should let me help if things go wrong. Beep boop bingo. Set it up right there. Alright, that's my back door into the Vex network, just in case reuniting Maya with H.E.L.M. goes horribly wrong. Not that I think it will, but I kinda think it will. Be safe. Okay, Captain?
Guardian, you venture into Sandaresh's domain once again. But now, I have a word of caution. I know how Saint felt when the Conductor called to him. I recognize it from when Savathun had her hold over me. Thoughts that are not your own. Flashes of another consciousness encroaching on yours. And soon, rattling against the bars of your own mind. Even as you try to ask forgiveness for what you have been made to do, I feel it again. The Conductor grows more dangerous each passing moment. We cannot know the extent of the Echo's power until we see it for ourselves. I know it will not end with the Vex or with Saint. It will end with us all. Go, Guardian. We must finish this before we too are compelled.
Failsafe's countermeasures will put an end to Sandaresh's research here.
That, and finding the H.E.L.M. from Maya's timeline will hopefully finish this.
Our calibrations on Neomuna will allow us to locate H.E.L.M. within the VexNet. But even if we succeed, and find the version of H.E.L.M. that Sandaresh is searching for, I'm not certain it will be enough. But we shall see. I can only hope that my fears are unfounded.
Can any of you tell me we'll make it out? Are we doing more than walking in circles till something picks us off? I'm all that's left of the Top 118. I've had enough. I'm staying in Variation Beta with the bismuth ones. Just one more essence, waiting for the end.
Even if Sandaresh fails eternally at her goal, she will eat away at our reality until it is subsumed by her vex. We learned of her methods with the Veil. Each successive experiment another step towards her own oblivion.
We've isolated the signature for Dr. Essie's consciousness from Neomuna. Her H.E.L.M could convince Maya to end this.
Her H.E.L.M stood by and watched it happen before. Sandaresh has brought Cabal under the Echo's power. Her mastery is growing. This will be our only chance to end the threat and secure the Echo.
Wait, I don't... This is her. Chioma Essie. From our own past. Here. Dead. She's been thrown away too? Does Maya know what she's done?
Fidelity test. When did you first tell me you loved me?
I wish I could remember a time I loved you.
Elaborate.
I watched the woman I loved whittle herself away. Compromise by compromise. And I stood by you in each atrocity. Now all I see in front of me is a monster. Not my sunrise.
I'm trying to save you. You're not my Chioma. If you were her, you would understand. Degassi.
I am her. What I am not is your personal delusion.
You're like all the others. Scared and shallow-minded. Degassing exomind. Emotional fidelity test failed.
She found her Chioma and discarded her like all the rest.
That was my fear. Maya knows what she's become. There is no version of her wife who would accept her as she is now.
Wide frequency. Wide as it goes. This is .87 Sandrash. Looking for .50 Essie. We were so brave setting out. I thought I was ready to face grief. I wasn't ready to become a widow this many times over. H.E.L.M, I am not giving up until we find you. Hold tight. Stay safe. You're my life.
Sandaresh is so shrouded by her own obsession that she did not even recognize the H.E.L.M from her own simulation.
But she'll keep searching. Murdering H.E.L.M again and again. Trying to find someone who's already dead.
If just for that, she must be stopped. Guardian, you will have to confront her again. This will end. Saint, do you have the coordinates?
I am here, Osiris. I am ready.
Is that a wise course of action, Osiris?
Sandaresh, you are obsessed. Can't you see that? You already found your H.E.L.M.
You've destroyed my work. And now you're coming for me. So be it.
Guardian, I will stand with you. I know who I am. She won't command me again.
Maya will never listen to us.
We have to try.
There is no walking back from what she's done to H.E.L.M Essie.
We must give her a choice. She can still surrender.
I'll be by your side when she doesn't.
You had to drag me down to bleed in the mud with you.
How many died to find the H.E.L.M you call yours? Even then, you cast it aside.
You think that facsimile, that copy, was my H.E.L.M, with fear behind her eyes? No, not mine.
Splitting hairs to justify murder? You sound like Clovis.
Oh, an emotional assessment. Life is prototypes and iterations. Each past you relative to you now. Third-dimensional beings struggle with this concept.
No more words. Surrender!
Why? How will you compel me if I refuse? Put it down, Ikora. Honestly. The rest of you, lay down your arms. Thank you. Now, come, drink your fill. Let me change your mind.
You can choose to end this differently. Let this obsession go!
Choice is the ego raging against the inevitable.
You may not see a choice. But I make my own fate!
I command you!
Not this time.
I can only make you look. Perhaps, in time, you will see.
She escaped. The echo with her.
Greetings, Captain. I am quite pleased that you are alive. My planetary scans reveal that the Vex machinery within Nessus is dormant once again. Perhaps learning the truth about H.E.L.M caused Maya to question her own judgment and halt her plans for galactic domination.
Or maybe she changed her mind when Saint Unit and Ikora blasted the paint off her chassis.
Either way, she has vanished into the Vex network. I will continue monitoring Nessus, but I believe we can celebrate a successful mission.
Well, you can celebrate, at least. I was part of a crew again, and now it's over.
I don't like goodbyes. You know, I thought I'd be sadder. Usually when I'm alone, it's like, whoever left turned off the lights behind them. It gets real dark. But now, there's still a little brightness left. It's not coming from you, or Saint Unit, or Captain Jacobson. I guess it's me. I think maybe I can keep going just for me. See you around, Captain. Thanks for everything.
You found traces of Maya, Guardian? So she still lives, hidden somewhere in the Vex network. I hope she will abandon her terrible search for her lost H.E.L.M. But I fear she may be beyond reason. Maya wanted everything just so. But people do not always fit cleanly into a frame. They spill out over the edges. That beautiful mess is what makes us who we are. If you demand only perfection, you will end up alone. For no one is perfect. Of course, some of us are closer than others. Ha! Hi, Joe. I know who I am. I accept myself and all my flaws. And to me, I am enough. You understand what I am saying, Failsafe?
I understand, Saint Unit. I'm not gonna do a little speech about it, but I understand.
Good enough.
Hey,
A subset of Radiolaria has entered symbiosis with these batadactyls. Something about the bata's epidermal bacterial ecosystem. This Radiolaria diverged from the collective and is now living independently on these screeching creatures. Oh, can I keep them? We can study, how the Vex Radiolaria change away from the collective. Maybe they can be our new ambassadors.
Hello, Babata. Hello, Petrus.
Guardian, I hope the H.E.L.M isn't too crowded. A broad audience would make this difficult. I miss Cade every day of my life. I thought I'd moved on. I was wrong. I can't forget my friend, my teammate, my favorite jerk. Death cuts a wound in the living. It scabs over, but anything can tear it open again. We all bear this wound eventually. The Maya Sundaresh who became the conductor couldn't accept that. She wanted her wife back, no matter how much she hurt H.E.L.M doing it. Her actions were dangerous. Beyond that, they were cruel to the woman she loved. There's nothing I want more than to speak with Cade again. The Pale Heart gave us a second chance. It wasn't enough. The burden of the living is that life continues, despite our grief. Despite those who don't continue with us. It troubled Osiris to see his drive reflected in Maya. I see myself in her grief. I see Zavala. And yet it's not grief we condemn, but her actions. I always find I learn best by teaching. Thank you, Guardian, for being a patient student.
I leave this to you now, when it's too early to act. Before you have the faculty to understand its gravitas. You were of the age you fought to restore. Everything we've lost, you won't find it on this narcissist station. I will set it in front of you. Finely crafted and tuned. You mistakenly label it hubris and resist. As you know, failure is a catalyst. It breeds invention. Would you comprehend the endless permutations of our conversation on the riverbank? I was only trying to change your mind, to help you see a better future. That exchange did not always end in your favor. It does not have to still. You believe my ideology virulent. All right. Know that I have bled across time and under the skin of the cosmos. My knowledge became its fabric, filled its vessels, through its minds. Humanity is scattered, yet to see a collective, focused. But in this infinite network the Vex have created, there is one answer. A golden timeline with a heavy cost.
Guardian, there's still more to be found here, deep in the core of Nessus. And the Vex commanded by Maya Sandaresh linger here. Eliminate them. The Vex node. An access point into their simulation network.
Lisa had another nightmare.
Again? What was it this time?
She doesn't know how to describe it. She only says she's alone and no one can see her. Tonight, read her something to help her sleep. She misses you.
I will. I've missed her too.
There are hundreds of copies of H.E.L.M and Maya within the Vex network. We're glimpsing some that were untouched by the Conductor.
The Conductor has fled, but the Cabal still pick over the bones of Maya's research. They will not find what they are looking for. We will make sure of it.
A bottle of port? What for?
It's our anniversary.
Oh, it's yours.
It's all right. I knew you'd forget. So I remembered for the both of us. Put your work away. Just for now. I'm cooking. Come join me.
And your insomnia?
A little better. Maybe. Sometimes. It doesn't matter.
It does. You're in pain. I don't want to see you in pain.
It's not important right now. Not with everything.
It is. You're just as important as anything else. We won't be able to see it for much longer. There's a point on Neptune's orbital path where it won't be visible, even with our equipment.
Maybe that's a good thing. Just let it fade among the heavenly bodies. What?
Earth is the only planet that isn't a heavenly body.
Well, it is now. Maya. Maya, what's wrong?
Chioma, I didn't mean to wake you up.
You're pacing again.
I just can't stop thinking about what we had to leave behind.
We're still here. Suryote, my sunrise. Come back to bed.
There is no sunrise here. Only twilight.
Then you'll be my brightest star.
Do you remember those gigantic sunflowers your mother grew?
Yes. Why?
I always looked at those and thought of you. But now, I think these ones here remind me of you, too.
Really? But these are so small. They hardly get any light on this planet.
But they're here and alive. And that's a miracle, isn't it? Just a little to the right.
How much? This is heavy.
My grandmother painted it. A little more to the right. Oh, too much. Left. Stop. Perfect.
It's not too close to the window.
No. Well, now that you say so.
No, it's exactly where it should be. That's beautiful, Maya.
This is all that's left of Maya's search. A graveyard. And every exo a tomb for Chioma Essie. All we can hope is that her remaining copies in the VexNet have found their own measure of happiness.
All of the versions of us simulated by the Vax. What are their lives like? Are they happy? Are we still together? Are they safe at home or exploring Saw?
Yes. We are. All of it. Simultaneously. Forever. Is that so frightening?
No. It's wonderful. We'll live our fullest lives. Together and apart. I love that.
Sandarish may have abandoned this place, but her presence is still felt in her Vex collective. Copies of copies, with the Vex mind guarding a secret long since discovered. We can only be thankful that we ended the threat before it grew beyond our control. Pitiful.